Before the world knew her as a red carpet icon, before Emmy stages, blockbuster films, and global influence, she was just a tall, shy girl from Oakland, learning to dance in small studios, watching Shakespeare rehearsals from backstage, and dreaming quietly. This is not a fairy tale. This is a real story of discipline, identity, pressure, growth, and purpose. This is the real-life story of Zendaya, from childhood to global stardom. Zendaya Maree Stoermer Coleman was born on September 1, 1996, in Oakland, California, a city known for its cultural diversity, activism, and creative energy. Her name, derived from the Shona word tendai, means to give thanks, a name that would later feel symbolic of her grounded personality and gratitude-driven mindset. She was raised in a mixed-race household. Her father, Kazembe Ajamu Coleman, is African-American with roots in Arkansas, and her mother, Claire Stoermer, is of German and Scottish descent. Zendaya has often spoken about how growing up biracial shaped her understanding of identity, race, and representation from an early age. Her parents were educators, not celebrities. Her mother worked as a teacher and later as the house manager at the California Shakespeare Theater, while her father was also a teacher who deeply emphasized discipline, structure, and self-respect. Education was non-negotiable in their household. Zendaya grew up surrounded by books, discussions about social justice, and strong expectations to work hard for anything she wanted. Fame was never presented as a goal. Excellence and integrity were. Zendaya attended Fruitvale Elementary School, where her mother taught. Being in the same school as her mother kept her grounded and protected, but it also made her highly self-aware. She learned early how to behave professionally and responsibly, even as a child. Outside the classroom, she gravitated toward movement and performance. Dance became her first language of expression. She trained in hip-hop, jazz, and ballet, disciplines that demanded physical control and mental focus. She joined a dance group called Future Shock Oakland and later trained with the Academy of Hawaiian Arts, where she studied hula dance for 3 years. These experiences taught her cultural respect, patience, and the power of storytelling through the body. Her mother's job at the California Shakespeare Theater exposed Zendaya to professional theater at a very young age. She spent hours backstage watching actors rehearse Shakespearean plays, observing how emotion, voice, and physicality worked together. Eventually, she performed in stage productions herself, including Richard III and As You Like It. While other children were watching cartoons, Zendaya was absorbing classical storytelling, learning timing, and understanding character motivation. This environment quietly shaped her into a serious performer long before fame entered the picture. Zendaya's first steps into the entertainment industry were not glamorous. She began as a child model, appearing in advertisements for brands like Macy's, Old Navy, and Mervyn's. She also worked as a backup dancer in commercials and music videos. One notable early appearance was dancing in a Sears commercial featuring Selena Gomez. These jobs required long hours, auditions, rejection, and patience. She learned early that success was not instant, and that professionalism mattered, even when no one was watching. Her breakthrough came in 2010 when she was cast as Rocky Blue on the Disney Channel series Shake It Up. She was only 14 years old. The show, centered around two best friends who become dancers on a television show, became a massive hit with young audiences. Zendaya's character was confident, ambitious, and outspoken, traits that mirrored parts of her real personality. However, behind the scenes, the pressure was intense. She was suddenly famous, recognizable, and expected to grow up in front of millions. Despite Disney's bright image, Zendaya remained cautious. Her parents made sure she continued her education through homeschooling and stayed away from many of the industry's common pitfalls. She became known for setting boundaries, refusing to be sexualized at a young age and insisting on respectful representation. Even as a teenager, she showed a rare level of self-awareness and control. During her Disney years, Zendaya also pursued music. In 2013, she released her self-titled debut album, which included the hit single Replay. The song charted internationally and showcased her as a capable pop artist. However, unlike many child stars, she never rushed to redefine herself through shock value. Music was an extension of her creativity, not a rebellion against her past. In the same year, she competed on Dancing with the Stars, becoming the youngest contestant in the show's history at the time. Her performances were technically strong and emotionally engaging, earning praise from judges and audiences alike. She finished as a runner-up, further proving her versatility and work ethic. As she transitioned out of Disney, Zendaya faced a critical choice: fade away like many former child stars or deliberately reshape her career. She chose control. In 2015, she starred in and co-produced KC Undercover, playing a teenage spy. Unlike her previous role, this character was intelligent, strategic, and complex. Zendaya had creative input, ensuring the character reflected strength and independence rather than stereotypes. This move marked the beginning of her transformation from child star to serious artist. Her true cinematic breakthrough came in 2017, when she appeared as Michelle M.J. Jones in Spider-Man: Homecoming. Unlike traditional versions of the character, Zendaya's MJ was dry, introspective, and unconventional. Some initially doubted the casting, but her performance quickly won audiences over. She reprised the role in Far From Home and No Way Home, becoming a central part of one of the biggest film franchises in the world. That same year, she starred in The Greatest Showman alongside Hugh Jackman and Zac Efron. Her performance as Anne Wheeler, a trapeze artist facing racial prejudice, was physically demanding and emotionally resonant. She performed her own stunts and brought vulnerability to the role, earning widespread praise. In 2019, Zendaya took on the most defining role of her career, Rue Bennett in HBO's Euphoria. The character, a teenager struggling with drug addiction, mental health issues, and identity, was raw, painful, and deeply human. Zendaya immersed herself fully in the role, studying addiction, trauma, and emotional collapse. The performance was transformative, not just for her career, but for television. In 2020, Zendaya made history by becoming the youngest actress ever to win the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series. She won again in 2022, solidifying her status as one of the most powerful performers of her generation. Her success was not just personal. It represented a shift in how young Black women could be seen, trusted, and celebrated in serious dramatic roles. Beyond acting, Zendaya became a global fashion icon. Her collaborations with stylist Law Roach turned red carpets into statements. She used fashion as storytelling, honoring history, culture, and individuality. Major luxury brands like Valentino, Bulgari, and Louis Vuitton partnered with her, not just for her looks, but for what she represented: intelligence, elegance, and authenticity. Despite massive success, Zendaya remained deeply private. She spoke openly about anxiety, pressure, and the importance of mental health. She used her platform to advocate for representation, voting rights, body positivity, and self-worth. She consistently rejected Hollywood norms that demanded perfection, choosing instead honesty and balance. In recent years, Zendaya starred in Denis Villeneuve's Dune franchise, playing Chani, a character rooted in strength, resilience, and resistance. The role placed her within a serious sci-fi epic, further expanding her artistic range. She approached the role with restraint and power, proving once again that she does not chase attention. She commands it through presence. Zendaya's journey is not defined by overnight success, scandal, or luck. It is defined by preparation, values, and intentional choices. She grew up slowly, carefully, and consciously in an industry that often destroys young talent. She chose growth over hype, depth over noise, and purpose over pressure. Zendaya's story is not just about fame, it is about becoming. From a quiet child in Oakland to a global symbol of excellence, she represents what happens when talent meets discipline and identity meets courage. She did not rush her journey, and she did not lose herself to the spotlight. Instead, she redefined it. And her story is still being written, not as a star chasing relevance, but as an artist building legacy.